Alright, I hope you kids are ready. It's time for the Irregular Preterite song, and there's the bell. Okay, so if you have your paquetes au fun and you turn to the page that I gave you on the Irregular Preterites, in there, on the back page you have song lyrics for the Irregular Preterite song. I also put the song in the Spanish 2 folder in your Google Drive so you can listen to it as much as you want. And here it comes.
Irregular preterites got their own set of stems and their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. Haber, saber, haber, a querer, venir, hacer, y nos hicieron, y nos hicieron. Irregular preterites got their own set of stems and their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. Andar, tener, estar, traer, decir, traducir, y nos hicieron, y nos hicieron. Irregular preterites got their own set of stems and their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. Finally now remember football, that is food. They both have a D, the stem minds the fruit, the toughest stem of all, although it's no excuse. The stem por poner is a bonus boost. Y nos hicieron, y nos hicieron,
Alright, and that's the Irregular Preterite song, as I just disturbed a whole lot of people, probably including you viewers. So, let's run through. So as the song says, Coop, soup, oob, ar haber, saber, haber. Do you guys know what haber means? It means to fit. That was that weird one that was capo, okay, in the present tense. And now this is coop. So they got their own set of stems. Irregular preterites have their own set of stems. So coop. Let's put all this stems on there. And then their own set of endings. The endings are iste, o, imos, istes, and hieron. You'll notice they don't have accent marks on them. Okay, let's screw it up. Coop, soup. Soup is saber. Saber, you know, means to know, as in facts, not as in people. People is conocer. So soup. So if you guys think of the show Pimp My Ride, what do they do to your car in Pimp My Ride? They soup it up. That's my exhibit impression. That's my best exhibit impression. These videos are getting better, right? A little more fun, having a little more. All right. So soup. We're gonna soup it up. Soup. Soup. There's our stem, their own set of stems, and their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. Sing it with me. Iste, o, imos, istes, hieron. Okay? These all have the same endings. It's just different stems. So coop, soup, oob is our first group. We're going to do these in sets of 3. Haber. Now, haber, if you looked it up in the dictionary, it's going to say to have. That's not tener. That's not like I have a dog. That's not. That's tener. What you want to use haber for is have with like the perfect tense. You'll learn that next year. That's when you say like I have eaten, I have spoken. But you can also use hubo to say like there was or there were with an event. So I'll get into more of that later. But haber significa to have, okay? But this is not like tener, okay? This is not like tener. So, to have, and we're going to do coop, soup, up, arkaber, saber, haber. All I'm asking you to know for this is the conjugation of it. I'm not asking you to know how to use it just yet. So no worries. No worries there. Iste o. Imos iste hicieron. Okay? Not bad. So kup, sup, up. Caber, saber, haber. Iste o. Imos istes hicieron. Let's go on to the next set. Okay. Then in the next stanza he says, quis vin is a querer venir hacer. We know what querer means. Querer means to want. Okay? Querer is to want. So we're going to say quis, quis, quis. And then we're going to add our endings. Iste o. Imos iste hicieron. Iste o. That's not an accent. Imos istes hicieron. Got their own set of stems and their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. I told you this song was so much better than the regular Preterite song. Okay. Vin. Quis vin is. Venir significa to come. Muy bien. Okay? So, quis vin is. Yo vin. There we go. Vin. Vin. And then we're going to go vine, viniste, vino, vinimos, iste o. Imos iste hicieron. Whoops. I was singing it and I wrote it down. Vinieron. Okay? Bueno. And we actually already did hacer, didn't we? We did that with the last grouping. Hacer we know is to do or make. And we're going to say, quis vin is, querer venir a hacer, is, but what do we know happens here? Because we can't say eco. If we wrote that out as eco, it would make a hard C sound. So we make it H to the iso. Muy bien. So iste o. Imos iste hicieron. No muy difícil. Okay? So, quis vin is, querer venir a hacer. Iste o, imos iste hicieron. Let's go on to the next group. Okay, these are the uv stems. They all have uv in them. So, andar, tener, estar. Okay, anduv, tuv, estuv, andar, tener, estar. So, here is our stem. We say, anduv, whoops. Anduv, and we're going to say iste o. Imos iste hicieron. Their own set of stems, their own set of endings that don't what? They don't have accent marks on them. No acentos. So there's andar. So anduv, tuv. Tuv. Okay. Iste o. Imos iste hicieron. Iste o. Imos iste hicieron. Now, if you look in your packet, I actually made the handout in this exact order, too, to make it easier for you guys. And estar. Anduv, tuv, estuv. Anduv, tuv, estuv. Andar, tener, estar. Estuv, iste o. Iste o. imos, isteis, yeron. Okay? Not too bad. Andu, tu, estuve, andar, tener, estar. Their own set of stems, their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. Okay. Now, in the song, it says, traer, decir, traducir, tradi, tradu, traer, decir, traducir. So every time you see this CIR, here's a little story I tell you guys. Okay? Every time you see this CIR, verbs that end in CIR, so verbs like decir and producir, which means to produce, decir, you know, to say, to tell, traducir, which means to translate, okay, conducir, to drive, there's another one. Whenever you see those CIR verbs, okay, those are going to change to a J stem. So anytime you see a verb that ends in CIR, it's going to change to a J. And there's one other little thing that I have to tell you about too. So it's all the CIRs, and the only oddball in the group is traer. I kind of refer to like traer as like the awkward friend. He kind of like tags along with the rest of the group. But they're very, very nice, the CIR verbs. They're nice kids, so they include him anyway. So I think that's a good thing. So traer, so it's going to be, it looks like traj. Let me do it in black. It looks like traj, but it's tra, so it's traje. So let's do the stem first. Okay. Let's do the stem. So traje, trajiste, trajo, trajimos, trajisteis. Now, oh, you forgot one. Did I? Okay. Instead of hieron, this is going to be spelt like this. Trajeron. Okay, the I goes away. What I used to do is I used to kind of do like a little drawing. Let's do like a little dotted I, and let's have Pac-Man come. Here comes Pac-Man. Wagga, 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 and he eats up the I. Woo, 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 woo. There's a little ghost. Okay, so there's no I there. The real reason, not just because Pac-Man eats up the I, but the real reason is because, I mean, say it fast. So you say trajeron, trajeron. Eventually the I kind of gets smushed in there, so people started to write it down as trajeron. That's the real reason why. So with all of these CIR verbs, it's CIR to J, the J stem, and then the same endings, but the only difference is right here in the eos, ustedes, there's no I. It's not trajeron, it's just trajeron, okay? Kind of like fueron when we did fueron. So let's do this here, okay? Let's do this here. There's our stem, because they have their own set of stems and their own set of endings that don't have accent marks on them. So dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, sorry about that, dijimos, dijisteis, dijeron. Pac-Man ate up the I. And then traducir, decir, you know, to say or to tell. Don't get it mixed up with hablar, please. People always do that. Okay? Traducir, you know, is to translate. So if you use the traductor, which you must never ever do, okay, that's what the word is for translator, a traductor. So traducir significa, so we're going to do, kind of like in the song, he says tradi, tradu, tradi, tradu. So there's our stem. Here's our stem. Okay, and here are endings. Traduje, tradujiste, tradujo, tradujimos, tradujisteis, tradujeron. Notice no I. Pac-Man came and ate it up. So tradi, tradu, traer, decir, traducir. All the CIRs changed to J. And they brought Traer along with them, and Pac-Man eats up the I. Last page. Okay, last one. Poner. Poder and poner are kind of tough ones because they're so similar. They're one letter off. You know, poder, like when you say puedo ir al baño, is can or to be able to. To be able to. Okay? Whereas poner is to put. Okay? So here's one way to do it. In the song it says, finally now remember for poder, the stem is pud. Whoops, let's do that in black. For poder, the stem is pud. They both have a D. They both have a D, and the stem rhymes with food. So if you get stuck, I can say to you, the stem rhymes with food. So pud, 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 pud. And what are our endings? E, iste, o. Imos, iste, hicieron, and they don't have accent marks on them. Okay? And poner. Finally now, remember for the stem poder, they both have a D, stem rhymes with food. Now, the toughest one of all, although it's no excuse, the stem for poner, it isn't pon, it's pus. 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 So, e, iste, o. Puse, pusiste, puso, pusimos, pusisteis, and pusieron. And that's it. That's the irregular preterite. So go ahead and listen to that song as many times as you need to help you remember it. Like I said, really all you have to do is remember one set of endings and a bunch of stems this time. It's really not that bad. We'll go over it in class, and I will see you then. Adios.